Hello and welcome to Dad Got This, where we answer the tough questions like, can I make a pulled pork sandwich, but Filipino style? And what do you call a criminal landing an airplane? That second one's easy. Condescending. Yeah, I'm running out of food-themed dad jokes, so be ready for some just random dad jokes coming up. Today, I had a crazy idea. I wanted to make a pulled pork sandwich, but I wanted to make it Filipino style.
My wife.
Filipino. So I love the flavors of their food. I've been eating it for a long time, and there was one dish that I thought would translate really well to pulled pork, and it's called tocino. It roughly translates to sweet cured meat. It's not actually cured, but it's a wonderful food, usually served for breakfast. It's thin strips of usually pork, sometimes chicken, and it's in this sweet red sauce. It's just fantastic, but I thought I could make pulled pork using that. And we're gonna use our own special Filipino relish coming up. First things first, let's set up our smoker. Today, I'm using my Ninja Woodfire Pro XL. That means you grab its pellet hopper, fill it all the way to the top with pellets. I'm using charcoal pellets today, and give it the dad shake. The dad shake either compacts the pellets and makes it burn better, separates the pellets and gives it lots of air and makes it burn better, or does absolutely nothing and just makes me feel like it burns better. I still do it every time. I'm using the cold smoke method. I've been using this quite a bit on my wood fire and it works really well. We're gonna do this for 1 hour under cold smoke. This is gonna put a lot of smoke into the meat and really amp up our smoke flavor. One of the things people complain about on the wood fire is it just doesn't give you enough smoke flavor. I don't agree with that, but this is a way of maximizing smoke flavor on your wood fire. Now that that's preheating, we need to mix up a rub, a tocino rub. Got myself an old shaker. To this, we are gonna do about a 50-50 mix of salt. This is like a medium grind sea salt. So I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons of salt. 3 tablespoons of a coarse black pepper. I actually found Fiesta pepper, which is what's commonly used in Texas barbecue. Garlic is generally featured in tocino, so I'm gonna go with 1, 2, 3, 4 garlic. Tocino is very sweet, so we are gonna add a 1/4 cup of white sugar. We're gonna add about 1/2 tablespoon of MSG. What makes tocino that bright red color is generally annatto. And some people will add food coloring. I like to use the actual annatto. This is the seed, which I have pulverized into a powder in my spice grinder. It doesn't have a lot of flavor to it, but it adds a great color. So we're gonna add a 1/4 cup and a little annatto. I'm not happy with that color. I'm gonna get some smoked paprika. This is not used in tocino, but it is a great way of adding red color to stuff. It doesn't really have a big flavor to it, it's just really color. So we're gonna add in 1, 2. So we'll get some of the mild flavor from the annatto and some color here from the paprika. This is a 2-pound bone-in Boston butt. We'll pat it dry. Always pat your meat dry after it comes out of a cryo bag. Get some of those juices and such off it. As you can see, this has no skin. We don't want the skin in this application. It's not gonna do us a lot of good. I'm gonna take it out of this pan right now because this pan is just making my life harder. First thing we're gonna do, give it a little crosshatch. This is just gonna help our seasonings penetrate. We're gonna cook this fat side up. So we're gonna start on the opposite side. I normally don't use binders on pork, but I'm gonna use some pineapple juice, which will tenderize this, add some sweetness, and kinda give me a little bit more of my sweet tocino flavor. And now we season like we normally do. Up high. And I want a good coating of this on there. Remember, always pat your spices in, don't rub them. It's a big piece of meat, can take a lot of seasoning. And really kind of separate those guys, work it in there. That's why they're there. All seasoned up, ready to go in the smoker. We are going to use the pan. We want to catch all these juices. Off to the wood fire. Nice and smoky. While that's going, we got two more elements we need to make for our pulled pork sandwich. We need to make a Tocino barbecue sauce and something called achara, which is a pickled papaya relish thing from the Philippines, which is absolutely delicious. And we're gonna use that instead of coleslaw in our sandwich. To make it, we have to go back a couple days because it takes a little bit of time.
Try and find the least ripe papaya you can. You want it really firm. Peel it and then cut it in half and remove all the seeds. This was probably a little bit riper than I wanted, but it was all I could find. Once you've got that done, I say get yourself a mandolin with a shredding attachment and use that to finely shred all of your papaya. Next, do that for the other half of the papaya. Get yourself a bowl big enough to hold all that and put 5 cups of water in it. Then add 4 tablespoons of salt. Give it a really good mix, cover it, and stick it in your fridge for 2 days.
It's 2 days later, and it's time to finish off our achara. I've got 1 red bell pepper. And now for the painstaking process of making matchstick carrots. I just buy matchstick carrots. I use so much garlic, it's just worth it to me to buy the pre-peeled stuff. And for this garlic, they want it sliced. And now for the fun part. We have to get all of that liquid out of the papaya, or at least as much as we can. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take to the sink and just drain it in a colander. Now that we got the bulk of the water out, we're gonna take this and a towel. I like to use a towel. Some people use cheesecloth, but for me, a towel is just a lot easier. I have 1 towel I use for doing this type of work, and I just wash it when it's done, and everything seems fine. I like the towel because I feel like I can get a better grip on it than with cheesecloth, and really wring it out. The twist is a good method I like to use. I always bust my cheesecloth because I go pretty aggressive with this. You just keep going until most of that water that you can see dripping has stopped. How much water I got out of that. And we should be ended up with fine, shreddy papaya. We are in the home stretch. We're almost done. Now we're gonna take a pot, 2 cups of white vinegar. And we're gonna bring that to a boil. And then you're gonna need a mason jar. I have a nice big one with a closable lid that kind of seals. It's not like a canning one, but this is perfect for what we're doing because we're not really doing a full-on long-term pickle. Just gonna kind of layer and assemble our achara. I almost forgot a really important ingredient, ginger. Same thing, thinly sliced. I'm gonna keep these kind of big so people can know that it's the ginger and avoid it if they want to. Let's get our boiling liquid. To our boiling vinegar, we are gonna add 1 1/3 cup of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna then mix that until it's all dissolved. Take this. Once it's kind of cooled down enough, you can store this in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
And it just gets better as it goes. Now that we're back from the past into the future, it is time to make a Tocino barbecue sauce. I mentioned I've never done this before, so we're also making this up as we go. The first thing we're gonna do is take some annatto seed, pour it in there, and we're just gonna bash it up. Nothing crazy. And over like a medium-low heat, we're gonna toast this sucker. Why are we doing this? Because I see chefs toast seeds. I don't know. Chef seems to toast spices, so just like a minute or so. They're smelling nice. Now that they're nice and toasty, we're gonna add in some oil, enough to cover the bottom of your pot. And then we're gonna add a couple of cloves of minced garlic. We're gonna lower that heat way down. We don't wanna burn the garlic. And that is the color you're actually looking for when you use annatto. All right, we just start trying to impart some flavor to this oil. Nice and low, not burning our garlic. Maybe 2-3 minutes the most. That's all that's needed. We're now gonna take that and drain it into a bowl to save the oil. The oil was what we were looking for here. Back into the pan goes our lovely oil. We're gonna go with a cup-ish of pineapple juice, about a half a cup of brown sugar, quarter cup of soy, quarter cup of white vinegar. I'll bring our heat up a little bit. And I've decided to go in with a quarter cup of mirin. Bring it back down to a simmer. And I think I want more liquid in here. We're gonna go in with another cup of pineapple juice and another quarter cup of brown sugar. Oh, that is sweet and tangy and delicious. We're gonna lower this heat all the way down. Just let this simmer and reduce by at least a quarter. Now that our 1 hour cold smoke is up, it's time to move to our actual smoking temperature, which is gonna be 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And take a look at the pork. Oh, she looks nice and smoky. I have decided to make one change. I'm gonna actually take it out of that pan, put it on a rack. I don't think I'm getting any smoke underneath, and I do wanna get some smoke to that underside. I've decided I'm willing to lose some of the juices in exchange for extra smoke flavor. I can always just add in extra moisture with more sauce or something like that if I need more moisture. I don't think I'll need it. These usually come out pretty juicy. I inserted the probe because I'm using my Woodfire Pro XL with the added probes. Open up the app, go thermometer. Yes, add thermometer, manual. The first temp we're gonna take it to is 170. And that's it. Now we wait. Oh, check your pellet hopper about once every hour. So it's been about 3 or 4 hours in real smoke, and I actually changed the temperature to 250 degrees Fahrenheit because I wanted to get this guy going a little faster. We're at around 160 degrees Fahrenheit on the meat, so it's close enough for me to go ahead and wrap this and get this thing done. Definitely looks nice and smoky. Pull that guy out for now. And there you go. Some smoky looking pork. We're gonna take some of our Tocino sauce and just hit this bad boy up with it. Back on the smoker. Okay, I did not realize there's a lot of good juice in that guy. We're gonna do the glove on a glove trick. A heat-proof glove and a regular glove. We're gonna drop all of that awesomeness in the pan. Now we'll close this bad boy back up. Pop it back on there. We're gonna go ahead and stick our probe, like so. That. We're gonna go back into the Ninja guy. We're gonna hit stop cooking. Smoker. Our grill temp, we're gonna go up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna add a thermometer. We wanna get at about 190. All right, we'll see you when this is tender. Been a while, and we have reached about 200 degrees Fahrenheit on the probe, which means this should be pretty tender. We're gonna go ahead and take the top off, probe it, and see how it is. We are going for peanut butter. Well, that's like nothing. Oh yeah. That is done. No resistance at all. We're gonna let this rest for at least 30 minutes, maybe more. We want it to come down to around the 150 degree, 155 degree temperature so that it's a little bit more eatable and not so hot. Plus, letting it rest is gonna let more of those juices kind of redistribute inside the pork. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. It's been about 30 minutes. It hasn't come down as far as I'd like, but I'll use some high temp gloves and we'll get this thing shredded. My preferred shredding method is high temp cotton glove, the glove over it. With this method, you can pretty much just get in there and make a mess and stain your shirt. Well, the bone came out nice and clean. There is a lot of juice in here. I'm probably going to stain my cutting board. This is shredding so nicely. Not sure we're gonna need barbecue sauce. As juicy as this stuff is, that's perfect. It is sandwich time. I have a large Hawaiian sandwich bun. I'm gonna take a good amount of our tocino pulled pork, our achara, a little bit more because why not? Tocino pulled pork. There we go. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. The achara just has this nice pickled taste to it. The pork is wonderfully sweet. Let me just try the pork. I can't say it 100% tastes like tocino. Tocino would be much sweeter, maybe extra sugar, but is it a great pulled pork? Yeah, it is. Let me try some of my just the achara. Oh yeah, that's a great combination. Did I 100% recreate tocino in pulled pork? No. But did I stumble upon an amazing pulled pork that tastes sort of like tocino, has Filipino vibes, and topped with achara is just amazing? Yes. That is a great one. Try that recipe. I think you'll love it. A little bit of this barbecue sauce. Maybe the barbecue sauce will add extra sweetness to it. I think a little bit extra sauce will add that extra punch of sweetness if you're looking for it. But man, that's good. As always, I'll throw a link in the description to dadgotthis.com with the recipe on it when I get it up there. If it's not up there, I'm still working on it. And please do the likey, subscribe stuff. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. You really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. You'll get behind the scenes updates, you'll get shout outs, producer credits, all kinds of fun stuff. But if you can't be a member, please just subscribe. It would really help me out. I guess that only leaves one question left to answer. Why shouldn't you throw your grandpa's false teeth in your driveway? Because you might dent your car. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes, cook some amazing pulled pork, but one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support, and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on.
Oh, that awesomeness. This is shredding so nicely.